Ahoy to all hikers hiking the Healer's Trail. In this video, we will look at the ways how to change our lives for the better and influence reality on deeper levels. First, we need to talk about the nature of reality. The world we live in is not something that is outside of us. This reality is not generated from outside to within, it is generated vice versa, from within to outside. This concept is a little bit harder to understand for people who are not trained in the craft of clairvoyance. How come this reality is generated from within to out, as when someone dies, the world around us not stop existing? The universe we currently live in is generated by multiple sources of consciousness. There is also a special one who is a main generator or sustainer of this reality, which goes by many names. For example, in Gnosticism it is called Demiurge, in Hindu tradition it is called Vishnu, and so on. However, when we are in the position of a dying person, when the body dies, the reality as we knew it during our physical lives ceases to exist. According to quantum physics, the matter that we perceive as matter is not really a matter per se. Matter consists of molecules, which consist of atoms that are 99.9% empty space. The atoms consist of protons, electrons, neutrons, which consist of quarks, and quarks are made of energy fields. This tells us that the world we live in is pure energy, nothing else. The sense of reality is created by electrical impulses within our neural networks that are generated in nerve cells by our senses. This virtual reality created within us, our consciousness perceives as a reality and it believes to be the truth. That is why we can influence our bodily functions just by our imagination. Close your eyes and imagine as much as you can that you are eating a lemon. Feel its savor on your tongue. Can you feel it? Your glands just started to salivate even though there is no lemon nor any food on your tongue. It was our expectation that started to influence our physical reality. Another famous experience that proved that the act of observation can change the outcome is the so-called double-slit experiment, which proved that light can be a wave and a particle. Simple act of observation has forced the light to transform from wave to a particle. Most quantum experiments need to be performed without an active observant present, as the simple act of observation and expectation of some outcomes are forcing the universe to collapse to a specific timeline. As a CERN scientist Jan Rak stated, objective reality is a superposition of the sum of the subjective realities of all of the observers. This has a very profound implication that consciousness can indeed change even the physical laws when enough momentum is reached. The whole concept of reality can be imagined as a multidimensional fractal crystal that has an infinity of configuration frames stacked together and ordered by diversity. You can imagine the frames as multidimensional hologram snapshots of the whole infinite universe that are like frames in a movie. The illusion of continuity creates our consciousness surfing through the frames. The frame rate is very fast and can be defined as Planck time unit, which is the time interval that light needs to travel the Planck length, the smallest unit of distance. The direction of our consciousness cruising through the frames are set by our own belief systems. By our own belief systems, we mean the belief system of you and the belief system of all of the sources of the consciousness within the universe. The stronger and closer other consciousnesses are, the more they can influence the co-creation of your reality. Also, the things closer to you are more easily influenced by you. That's why the aforementioned salivation was so easy to evoke. That's why placebo exists. There are tons of phenomena when patients were cured from diseases just because they changed their perception of their own body. Let's state another premise. Every event in our existence has an inherently neutral meaning. Only the consciousness perceiving the event is assigning a perceived scale of positivity or negativity. For example, when our belief system is set in a way that we believe that we are victims in a cruel world, then in every event we will be subconsciously finding proof that we are indeed victims. It will become for us a self-fulfilling prophecy which further cements the belief within us. On the other hand, if we believe that we are the creators of our lives, we will start to see more opportunities in every new event that will open us more to this idea. We will now give you special mental techniques that will help you to tilt your belief system to more positive outcomes that will automatically start to attract more positive events and situations to your life. You will need to do these mental work exercises frequently until they will become a part of your personality. That is why daily 5 to 30 minutes iterations over at least 3 months are very effective. Let's start with the first one. Just sit in a quiet place and enter a meditative state and evoke the feeling of gratefulness. By evoking the feeling, we mean that you need to start really feeling it and reinforce it until you will feel the physical effects of the emotion throughout your body. Gratefulness should always be the first emotion you evoke when doing these exercises. It has a profound healing effect on the body-mind-spirit complex and help us to open us to new potentials as we are already creating reality within us that is more harmonic and open to change. As you surely know the saying, those who are not grateful for what they have do not deserve more. During this exercise, there will be challenges that you will have to overcome. For example, during the process, you may start feeling any sort of negative emotion which is generated by the negative belief that you have within, and it gives you an opportunity to change. First, be grateful for the opportunity. Then, mindfully feel the negative effect and try to understand the source of it. Then, forgive yourself. Try to evoke the feeling of forgiveness within yourself and let the bad emotion or belief go. At this point, you can even have a physical feeling of detachment. Then, with self-love and full acceptance of your rightful existence, open yourself to more positive experiences. Depending on the negative belief or emotion within you, this may take many more sessions. The negative belief has been overcome only when you are no longer feeling connected to it, or it will stop making sense to you. Then, when you are feeling uplifted enough, there is a time for evoking the emotion of abundance. A lot of people at this point are trying to imagine themselves surrounded by money, expensive cars, or big houses. However, this is not the true meaning of abundance, and by clinging to visions like these, they are limiting their future positive outcomes. We would rather suggest you to redefine the meaning of true abundance. Look at the abundance rather like a situation in your life when you are provided with all of the resources to do the things you need to do when you need to do them. It is a feeling of calmness and readiness to hike the trail, knowing that there will be always enough resources for you to achieve things you need to do when the right time will come. If you are aware of any other belief systems that you would like to overcome, then identify the belief system and the emotion behind it and evoke the exact opposite of the emotion you would like to change. This way, you will start to rearrange the energy configuration in yourself the more you will be performing this feat. Then, as a last but not least emotion is love. All-encompassing love that spans first to you and then to everyone and everything. It comes from the heart, envelops your whole body, and shoots to other sources of consciousness. This love is not sexual one, but rather it is a full tolerance of everyone and everything that exists. As you will see, by going through this process, you are already moving away from being a victim of life's consequences, as you are not happy or sad because life has presented you with those kind of events. But rather, you are a conscious creator that has regained responsibility for his emotions and is actively working on improvement of his situation. After a while, you will start to notice that even if you are not doing these exercises, your being is resonating with positive emotions that you were evoking during your regular routine. This means that your aura is charged by the positive emotion which your electromagnetic field emanates technically to infinity. By achieving this state, you are not just improving your life, but helping to co-create a positive future for everyone around you. A lot of people are feeling desperate and angry about the current difficult world situation, not realizing that by this they are actually reinforcing the bad situation with their own belief. However, by stating this, we are not saying to just close your eyes when presented by the problems that you face on your personal, regional, or planetary scale. The emotion evocation we have talked about is just the first part. To really implement positive beliefs in your life is to take on the physical reactions to the hardest life challenges that are in tune with the belief you want to implement. This one is actually the easier part, as if you really invest your endeavor into evocations, then you will start subconsciously reacting to life situations according to the emotion evoked. There is also another special exercise that is connected to an energetic center located within your solar plexus. When this center is full of energy from higher sources of light, we can put in directions in the time-space continuum where we want to get, and the center will direct most of its energy to steer our life and approximate the cruise of our consciousness to the directions set. We have already described the meditation technique on how to fill any of the energetic centers with light in our videos about meditative states and energetic centers. Do this exercise until you feel your solar plexus full of light. Then, focus on your intention on what you want to achieve in your life. Afterwards, in your imagination, surround yourself with white light and let this white light teleport you into the future, and let your subconsciousness render out a scenery where your intention has already been achieved. Now, here comes the hard part. When the scenery gets manifested in your mind, you need to immediately ground yourself in this vision. By grounding, we mean that in that vision, you need to immediately start to use all of your senses. Look around. What you see? Try to spot any details. What are you wearing? How do the clothes feel on your skin? Is it cold or warm there? What is the air humidity? Are you eating something? How's the taste? What is the state of your mind? What do you feel? What are you doing? The more you will enjoy the moment with all of your senses, the more grounded in the vision you become. Now, if you really want to get yourself into the same exact situation, you need to be very experienced with this meditative state, and you need to have access to very high sources of light. At the end, just feel throughout the body the emotion that emanates from achievement of the intention. And at the end of the meditation, just stop thinking about it, as further overthinking will hamper the effect. The more you will do this exercise, the more energy the direction will receive, and the stronger cruise direction will be felt. However, when you are focusing on one intention, we advise not to do this meditation with other intentions until the first one is reached, as then you are splitting the energy between two directions, which hampers the effectiveness of both. During and after the meditation ends, do not stress overly about the exact enactment of the future situation. As your regular living self does not have the mental capacity to really figure out which situation is actually the best for you. You have released your wish to the higher self and it knows much better what is the most optional path and outcome for your life in order to align yourself with the intention set by you. We hope that this video has provided you with useful tools that will allow you to seize the opportunity to become the real true creator of your life that has enough stability to hike the healer's trail. You have the power and ultimate sovereignty of your life, so safe cruising, kind hikers, and do not forget to be calm and to be kind.